Hey guys, what is up? AwesomeTheSauce here. Hope you guys are having a great day and welcome to a video talking about things that need to be in this game. This is a video about my top 5 updates that I really hope happen in 2021. Now, for the purposes of this video specifically, I decided to make them more around quality of life. Meaning, yeah, there's a lot of things they could change about PvP, about things that I spend a lot of time on, but honestly, there's things that they could change for everyone in this game. So those are the things that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about changes that I literally think would help everyone that plays this game, and some of them are honestly so easy that I don't see why they're not in the game already. So without further ado, let's get right into this episode. My top 5 updates that I hope happen in 2021. I'll tell you one thing that ruffles the hell out of my jammies, bro. Sometimes, bro, I'm questing, I'm farming, you know, I'm trying to, like, get in and out of a dungeon, and I'm low on HP. There's not enough health wisps, so I need mana and health, and so I need a potion. The problem is that the only 2 places where you can buy potions are from this man's over here in the common, and this man's Komiko Roundhorns, bro. You know, man, by the time I walk all the way over here, I'm more asleep than this hole over here. I just don't know why there aren't more potion vendors in every world. I feel like if I'm in, like, Imperial or something, I have to go to the Arcanum and then walk down this long-ass corridor so that I can buy from her. Does this man's and Hilda own the potion industry? Can we break up big potion? This is just something that I think they should have done a long time ago. I think there needs to be potion vendors in every world. I think, honestly, they should be almost everywhere. I think the availability of potions is small, and it's just a shame. So yeah, number 5 on this list is to put a potion vendor in every hub area in Wizard101. I hope that they seriously consider this. I think this would take very little time. I think you would just literally copy and paste Hilda Brewer, that person, and put her everywhere. That's number 5. Let's move on to number 4. It speaks for itself. Number 4 on this list. I'm gonna start this one with the riddle. All right, y'all, here's the riddle. All right, man. What do Ra, Forest Lord, and Rain of Fire all have in common? Every time someone casts them when I'm farming, I lose my sense to live. Bro, these are some of the longest spells in the game right now, and I'm sorry, but it's ridiculous, bro. And here's the thing, KingsIsle is aware of this. This is an issue that they've literally fixed for one spell, but then they conveniently left out all the other spells. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know how many of you guys remember this, but Krulu literally used to hit every single person separately, and it used to take forever, literally forever for the spell. Like, if you're in, like, a 1v4 situation when you're farming, or if you're just farming in a group, right? If you cast a Krulu on 4 people, it would take up minutes for it to be done. That's how long it used to be. So KingsIsle, knowing how stupid of an animation time it was, they made it so it hit everyone. But there's still so many other spells like Forest Lord, Ra, and Rain of Fire that are hopelessly long that I think they should change. So number 4 on this list is just faster combat. And I think that they should, 1, make AoEs that have animation times beyond 30 seconds, literally hit everybody at the same time. And also, maybe they could add a feature, like in Pirate 101, where you can quicken up the combat. I feel like that would be really cool, especially, like, when you, like, right now it's double reagents, right? People are going to be farming for Dragoon extracts and all of that forever. I mean, it's so repetitive. Having some sort of way to speed it up just a little bit would be, I think it would go a long way. I don't think it's as easy to do as it is in Pirate because of the nature of how the combat is set up, but if that's in the works, that would make me happy. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, that's number 4 on this list. A change that I really hope they consider adding in 2021. This would make everyone happy. This is the truth. Hey you, yes you, are you constantly broke as hell on Wizard101? Me too. Number 3 on this list is what I think they should do, because the problem at the moment is that there is a gold cap, and I understand why there's a gold cap. It makes, you know, it makes gold, like, you know, more valuable and stuff, but the problem is that what if I have 32,000 gold on this character, but a lot on another character that I farm on? Instead of stacking up excess gold on one character, I feel like there should be a way to transfer gold. This is not, I'm not the first person to say this. I'm definitely not, but I still think this is an idea worth mentioning in 2021 because I think it's one of those updates that really ought to be, it should happen. I think in our banks that there should be a way to transfer gold. Or if not in our banks, maybe there could be a new building. Like maybe in the commons, maybe in a world, anywhere. There should be an area where you can basically say, you know what, dude? I have 500,000 gold on my storm from farming. I want my death to not be broke as hell for the rest of his life. Let's make things happen. I feel like this would be a cool idea because it doesn't really affect the actual limit that any individual wizard can hold. All it does is make having multiple wizards on an account slightly better for people who choose to do that. I think you should be able to transfer gold. That's basically the bottom line of number 3 on this list. I think it's a cool idea. I hope that they consider this one too. As far as I'm concerned, the past 3 are pretty easy to implement, in my opinion. It sounds easy. I could be wrong, but I think they're very realistic. Without further ado, let's move on to number 2. The number 2 update that I hope that they put into the game. It would be amazing if they could do this one. Number 2 is brought to you by my Pokemon walkthrough on Twitch. I thought it was really cool how you could only catch certain Pokemon in certain weather conditions and during certain times of the day. And I think they should do that in Wiz. Look at this. Look at this boring ass. Look at the cloudy ass day. What if Wizard City and other areas had this? This is a picture I found on Reddit. I don't know who to credit, but whoever made this, don't sue me. I love you. I think this is a really cool concept. It's just, you know, the idea of time passing in Wiz. And honestly, I think from a purely aesthetic point of view, this would be really cool. You know, like you could feel the day and the night, and so it would feel more like, you know, like an environment to be a part of. You know, it would feel cool. But more importantly, it could tie to all types of things. They could add drops that are much more common during night and much more common during the day. They could add minions that only, you know, like maybe rare minions, rare mobs that only spawn during certain times, like the Pokemon example. In future worlds, they could have free roam areas where the mobs and the bosses that spawn are completely reliant on either weather conditions or the time of day. It would bring a level of customizability to Wiz that it hasn't gotten in ages. And I know that this, out of all of the ones on the list so far, out of all the potential changes, this one's really hard to do because it requires a whole recoding of the engine. And what I mean by that is that for the most part in Wizard101, the environments are really static. You know, even the trees don't really move to a breeze in the commons, you know? Like, the most you get from the trees are a few leaves falling off here and there. What we're asking for is for the entire sky to move for the whole time that you're playing. Definitely not an easy thing to do, but I just think it would be cool from a graphical point of view and from, you know, a more like, you know, like there's an incentive to log on at different times of the day. I feel like it could bring a lot of people to the game at different times that they normally wouldn't play. You could even make certain like ground loot, like reagents spawn in different times, and you could make rare reagents and totally make crafting operate on another level. You know, there's a lot of ways to use the passage of time, and I feel like it's so underused in Wiz that it has to be number 2 on this list. It has to. Let's move on to what I think should be the number 1 quality of life update in Wizard101. Number 1 on this list and every list I ever put out. They need to make Wizard City free. This is number 1 on the quality of life update, mainly because my quality of life goes down every year that Wizard City isn't free. There's a lot of reasons why I think Wizard City should be free. I think from, let's just say, a purely money-oriented view, right? I don't think it makes sense for you to go into Old Town, right? And, you know, everything is normal. And then you go into Triton Avenue, and that's it. That's all you do. There's still Cyclops Lane over there. There's still Firecat Alley down there. The plot of Wizard City itself isn't even done for anybody who only does the free-to-play stuff. How do you expect someone to get emotionally invested into the game if they don't even... what is there to be invested in? I want people to play Wiz and be like, yo, bro, Malister's out there, we gotta chase him. And then they put the wallet out. You know, bro? You don't even catch up to Malister. You don't know what his plot is. You don't get the backstory. My point of view is that much more of the game should be free in general, but I think at the very least, what they should do is make Wizard City free And then they should actually, like, put more content in terms of storytelling into what Malister's motives are. I could be wrong on this, and if I am wrong, please feel free to correct me. I'm pretty sure that the only, like, real information that we get in Wizard City about Malister is from Gloria Crendel, and she tells us the story about Sylvia, the whole, like, reason, the whole Malister origin story about why he's evil. That is very little to go off of, when really what you're looking at is a death professor who is ironically constrained by the forces of death. There's something so poetic about that, and the reaches that he will go in the name of love, it's very believable as a character arc, and I think they don't do it enough justice in the first arc. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're really gonna be hard on keeping Wizard City mostly pay to play, at least make it so that there's a reason to keep playing story-wise. I think the story is one of the biggest strengths in Wiz, and just being able to make it to Triton Avenue and not seeing the other two streets, not seeing Nightside, not seeing any other motive for what Malister's doing, it just doesn't, it does a lot of harm, in my opinion, more than good anyways. Guys, that is my top 5 list. I mean, obviously, you know, not all of these changes would ever really happen in 2021, but I do think that some of these ideas are so good that I just don't see why they're not in the game. But obviously, these are just my ideas, so let me know what your ideas are in the comments below, my mans. Guys, thank you for all the love on the video. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a sub if you're new. There's tons of links in the description, including my Twitch, my Twitter, my Discord, my Instagram, and of course, my Patreon. And as always, if somebody hasn't told you you're awesome today, they doing something wrong. So stay awesome. And yeah, y'all.